Can you develop gallbladder issues on a carnivore diet or maybe even a keto diet? Let's get into it because you just can't do these diets that are high fat unless your gallbladder works. Welcome everyone. This is going to be a quickie and I think it should be a series of videos about the gallbladder. Alright, a lot of you guys doing a carnivore diet either are having problems digesting fat, or let's get right on into the subject. It's going to be a quickie. It should be actually a series about the gallbladder. You really have no business doing a carnivore diet, definitely no keto diet with gallbladder issues. And really, there are two gurus who've developed gallbladder issues doing a carnivore diet. How is that freaking possible? Well, they probably already had an underlying gallbladder issue. And that can stem from coming from a vegan world. That can stem from how you sit. If you're sitting like this at a desk, there's not enough upper trunk circulation. And then when you compact chronic dehydration on a carnivore diet, it chokes the liver, the kidney, and especially the gallbladder. I know. If you don't poop, so there's another guru saying, oh, I don't poop, Bella. I don't poop but once a week. Where's that estrogen going? Guess what? It's recycled back into the bloodstream. And if you are estrogen dominant and you're not pooping it out, that can have an effect on the function of your gallbladder because it clogs up the liver, and all the organs are connected to the liver and the plumbing. So if you're doing a high protein carnivore diet, you can actually develop a gallbladder issue. And then when you try to flip over to a high fat carnivore diet, you feel sick. I know. Who would have thunk that carnivore would have been the drop over the glass to give you gallbladder issues? Now remember, this is a cocktail of things. Often it's an underlying issue. And if it's not an underlying issue, it's because you're chronically dehydrated. And if you go years dehydrated because you're not balancing your electrolytes, and I don't mean that those nasty powdered drinks, I mean full on right kind of sodium, right kind of water, amount of water, timing of your water, magnesium, potassium. Okay, if you're losing a lot of fluid, again, how are you going to poop? You're going to become constipated. You're not going to have upper trunk circulation of fluid through the biliary duct system, and all of a sudden, eating high protein, and a lot of people are like eating chicken breasts or just eating a lot of meat, and they think that the fat on that meat is enough to get the gallbladder to function, but it's not, because there are protein fibers on that ribeye. I know. The real fat is the drippings on the bottom of your air fryer or your roast, or if you're adding fat. Actually, if you have protein, like a burger, there's going to be fat, but it's more of the drippings that give you that pure. How do you avoid this problem? That's why I tell people to go slowly, introducing carnivore diets. Don't eat a lot of protein. That's huge. The protein amount is so butchered. Yeah, I mean, it is bastardized on how much protein people should actually eat because people are afraid of fat. And fat should be your number one macro. I know, not protein. Because protein can convert back into glucose and mess with your blood sugar, which will block your keto adaptation. And then if you have stress or drink coffee and have leaky gut on top of that, you just exacerbate the problem. Some people don't absorb their minerals because their gut enough minerals, and they might actually get a blood test and see that their potassium is normal, but it's not. Doctors can only see so much into the window of your body, so you must look at your symptomology. Constipation, dry mouth, heart palps, the way you sit, the way you breathe, underlying issues, nausea, right side pain, shoulder pain, bloated, diarrhea, loose stool, pale stool, floating stool. Look for those symptoms and how you remedy it is. If you instantly have gallbladder issues eating a lot of fat or rendered fat or adding fat to your plate. Then cut back. And this is people who have a gallbladder. If you don't have a gallbladder, you're fine. You can still do it, just a different way, like ox bile. You want to make sure you can break down the protein. Like, are you making enough stomach acid? Do you have enough protease? These are important things to look at. Do you get heartburn? Do you get plaque on your teeth from doing a carnivore diet? Are you dehydrated? Are you having a hard time sleeping? Do you have like muscle cramps? Do you feel nauseous, vertigo? Then find avocados and put them in your diet if you don't have a problem with avocados. Or do you potassium citrate first? Or bicarbonate? Or gluconate? 400 milligrams max because it's irritating the kidneys. Yeah. Drink over 2 liters, but under 4. Depending on the season and how much you sweat. Get magnesium glycinate. And if you wake up with cramps in the morning, put some magnesium chloride lotion or gel or spray on your feet, calves, or whatever is locking up. It's not a lot, but it will absorb into the body very quickly. Comment below, share this content, and I'm going to talk more on this subject.